mesothelioma attorney ask how many mesothelioma cases they have handled, how many went to trial, and how many were settled before trial. It is also important to ask his or her success rate. Experience with many cases is not valuable if the attorney rarely receives an award for the client. Additional questions to ask of the mesothelioma attorney are whether he or she has handled a case against the particular defendant involved in your case, and, if so, how that case was resolved. Another question to ask is how successful the attorney is when cases go to trial. Many attorneys who negotiate large settlements for clients are less skillful in the courtroom. Ideally, you want an attorney who is comfortable negotiating but does not hesitate to take a case to trial if he or she feels like it is in the best interest of the client.
Mesothelioma and asbestos lawyers. Mesothelioma attorneys understand asbestos legal issues and the unique challenges asbestos victims face. We offer information on what to expect when working with a mesothelioma lawyer, as well as help finding a qualified mesothelioma attorney for your case. Compensation for mesothelioma victims gain access to trust funds, grants, and other forms of compensation for you or your loved ones. Get help now. Successful asbestos litigation requires an attorney who understands the many facets of the case, from how people get exposed to asbestos to the state-by-state regulations about filing lawsuits, to the fragile nature of many clients. Often, people who inquire about an asbestos-related claim are people who are also coping with mesothelioma, cancer, and all the health issues that go along with treatment. Choosing a lawyer to represent you in depositions and in legal filings can be as important to your family's future as selecting the right doctor. If were you exposed to asbestos and you got sick as a result, you have a right to stake a claim for compensation. The dangers and toxicity of asbestos were well known in the 1930s, yet corporations continued using it extensively through much of the 20th century. They willingly put profits ahead of the health and well-being of employees and the public. An experienced asbestos lawyer will know how to hold those corporations responsible. Tips: when looking for an asbestos litigation specialist, you should consider several things when you start to evaluate the hiring of an attorney. You want to find someone with whom you feel comfortable talking because you will be discussing intimate details about your health and about where you used to work. Although your lawyer likely will know all the right questions to ask you, good communication is essential.
Have you or a loved one been diagnosed with mesothelioma or lung cancer from asbestos exposure? You are not alone. We are here to help you fight this terrible disease. Please call toll-free 1-866-777-2557 for a free, no-obligation consultation. Did you know that $30 billion has been set aside in trust funds to help asbestos victims? This money can be used to help pay for medical care and provide financial security for your family. Even if a loved one has passed away, you may still be entitled to money from the trust fund. To learn more, please call us today for a free, no-obligation consultation. There are no legal fees or costs to you unless you receive money. Money may be available to help you, but you must act quickly. State laws limit the amount of time available to make a claim. Call us toll-free or visit us on the web at www.mesotheliomalawsuitsettlements.net. You may be able to receive money without ever having to file a lawsuit or go to court. Call us today to get the facts. Toll free 1-866 888-777-2557. Operators are standing by to assist you. Call now.
Have you or a loved one been diagnosed with mesothelioma? Do you have legal questions? Should you hire an attorney? Do you even qualify for compensation and how to file? The intake specialist at the Helios Legal Group can assist you. Mesothelioma is a disease that can only be caused by exposure to asbestos. Even families of exposure victims are at risk from secondary exposure. 10,000 Americans die each year from mesothelioma-related diseases. Many people silently suffer from the effects of mesothelioma, and yet there are billions of dollars set aside to compensate mesothelioma victims and their families. Even if the victim is deceased or the company that caused the exposure is closed, you can still apply for and get compensation. Most mesothelioma cases don't even go to court. Instead, they settle out of court, many times netting the victims $1 million or more. The Helios Legal Group can help you get the compensation you deserve. But the clock is ticking. There are statutes of limitations that differ in every state that cover how long you have to file a claim. Call our mesothelioma hotline right now for your free no-obligation consultation.